All right, Maddie, these are all strategies that you can use before we get frustrated and rip up our materials or run out of the room, okay? So here's a list. We can keep it on your desk. I want you to make sure that you use the right amount of time. So make sure you spend a lot of time on it and do your best. Then you can always check over your work first before you hand it in. And if you don't know how to spell a word, what can we do?
Use the dictionary.
Very good. And you can always ask for help from the teacher or a friend sitting next to you. So those are all things we want to try before we get angry, okay?
Okay.
All right, so Maddie, this is our behavioral contract, and this is the chart that I'm going to use to mark off your behavior. So you're going to get a check mark for everything that you do from your strategies list, and if you spend the right amount of time on an assignment, you get a check mark. You get an X if you don't spend the right amount of time on something, or if you do your frustrated behavior that we talked about. And if you get 10 check marks this week, you're going to get a reward, okay?
Okay.
All right, so today we're going to write in our journals, and I want you to spend 10 minutes making sure that you did your best work in your journal, okay?
I'm done. I'm going to go get something in my backpack.
Maddie, did you check over your work before you were done?
No.
Okay, we need to check off all these boxes before we can be done with our assignment because we want to make sure that we do our best work, right? Okay, so Maddie's going to get an X because she didn't spend the same amount of time that I asked her to, and an X because she did not follow her strategies that were given to her, and she got up and showed her frustrated behavior. And then I will make note of that here. Okay, class, today we're going to write 5 things that we learned during our science lesson today, okay? So I want you all to spend 10 minutes making sure that you are doing your best work.
How do you spell photosynthesis?
What should you do if you don't know how to spell a word?
Look in the dictionary.
Very good. All right, look it up in here.
Can I write 2 things I learned about one thing?
Yes, good job for asking a question. Very good. Keep going. I'm going to give you a check mark for that. So today I gave Maddie 3 check marks because she spent the correct amount of time on her assignment. She looked a word in the dictionary that she didn't know how to spell, and she asked the teacher a question so that she didn't get frustrated with her work.